you heard what Von told us that he feeds you?
Yeah, the gasoline and gunpowder, yeah. Von's funny, man. He's a character, great energy. I love being around him, for real. Love being around him. Yeah.
How has the game slowed down for you from year one to year two?
I'd say in a lot of ways, like not just the passing in the run game, but also just like the calls that we run as a defense. Just I've been getting a better grasp of everything, just a better understanding of how things work in the league. And I've been out there before. I know how it goes. So yeah.
Aside from that gunpowder, how has he been helping you along? What have you learned from him?
I learned a lot from Von. On and off the field, great resource, great dude. I ask him about a lot of things, pretty much everything. Anything I need advice on, I go to Von, and he's like an open book. So it's been great so far.
Between you said about getting ready for this year, last year as a rookie, did you feel like you were ready? And now when you look back on it, you realize it's a lot different than how you feel coming into this year?
I feel like I was ready, but I feel like also there's so much room to grow, and there's always so many things to get better at. So whether I'm ready last year, this year, the next year, I got to make improvements. You always got to keep on getting better and keep on going vertical.
Was there times last year where you started to feel like it could get a little overwhelming, and now this year, I've been through it. I know kind of what the routine is and what the work is?
Yeah, and like I said, man, it's all about experience and just growing as a person and as a player. So, I mean, every game, every practice you play, everything under your belt is to add the experience. You're getting better as a player, getting better as a person, seeing more and learning more.
You've told us a few times about how, there's the differences in preparation, year one to year two, of just that comfortability. Where do you feel the biggest difference on the field right now?
Between year one and year two?
Yeah.
Like I said, pretty much everything, and just the game slowing down. But at the same time, the game can slow down for you in year 5 or 6. And like I said before, you just got to keep on getting better because teams are going to adjust to you, players are going to adjust to you. So you got to keep on elevating, keep on finding ways to keep your game at the top and just to get to where you want to be.
Was there one area of your game that you specifically worked on this offseason to improve, something that maybe the coaching staff said you needed to work on specifically?
I'd say everything, mostly pass rush. Obviously playing defensive end, you got to be able to stop the run, to rush the quarterback. But the real important thing is to be able to close out games late. So you got to be able to win your one-on-one rushes late in games, third, fourth quarter. So pass rush for sure.
Was there anything last year, Greg, as the season wore on, especially late in the season, then that when you reflect back on it, you're like, man, that was really a tough lesson to learn. Came out of last year
during the season? Yeah. I'd say I learned lessons every day. Week to week. You in this business, man, you got to keep on growing, and you see so much day in and day out. So I wouldn't put my finger on one specifically. I'm always learning, always.
In terms of learning, we see it a lot. A lot of technique gets taught constantly for you guys, especially as a pass rusher. How much did you learn from things that worked or didn't work, that you could come up with different techniques to try to beat whatever they're trying to do to stop you?
Wait, say that again?
In terms of technique, like how important do you realize, those little things about hand placement and all those things in order to get to the quarterback? Mm-hmm. How much did you learn from last year to this year and things that you were able to work on?
I've learned a lot, especially with the new guys coming in, being able to learn from people like Big Phil, Vaughn, Tim, Daquan, all those guys. It's been great to have them around. So I've been picking up a lot of things from their game, and everybody has like a niche or two, some certain technique that they like, and you can always learn from, especially your teammates.
With Vaughn, Ed mentioned when he first got here, it's, oh my gosh, that's Von Miller. And now it's more like, oh yeah, it's Von Miller. Yeah. How has that transition, or has that transition happened for you to where the shock of seeing a future Hall of Famer next to you at first to now him, maybe just being a natural relationship?
No, yeah, you said it perfectly. He's one of us. He's our brother. Day in and day out, he's working with us. We're working with him. We're all learning each other, building that chemistry. So, I mean, like I said, he's one of us.
When did he feel like that? When did you sense the transition from you're not almost starstruck and he just seems like another one of the guys?
Not too long, because of course, on the outside looking in, it's like, whoa, that's Von Miller. But when you get to know him, he's a really cool dude, and he doesn't make you feel like he's Von Miller and you're like a nobody or whatever. He's really open. He blends in perfectly, fits in, gets along. Great dude.
Last year as a rookie, you had to be a part of special teams drills, kind of what everybody does. How much has it helped this year that you're not a part of that and you're able to work on more pass rushing technique and stuff off on the side?
That's been cool because before practice we get 10, 15 minutes, and I'm over there with the other D linemen in Shaq and Vaughn. So we've been working a lot of just little techniques and things that we don't get to work during practice. So it's been pretty cool.
I know you're not on the same side of the ball with him, not in rooms with him, but Reggie Gilliam, they extended him today. What does he bring to this team? Just from
Reggie's a Swiss Army knife. You know, you could plug him in at fullback, tight end, running back. It doesn't matter. You know, he just wants to help the team win. So I'm real happy for him. I'm really excited for him too.
I'm sure you can come up face to face with him. Can he block you, Greg?
Reggie's a bowling ball. I wouldn't say anybody could block me. Nobody. But Reggie's a bowling ball though, for sure.